Hello. Today I was like, I literally just played a rank game. Stratospheric Fog. Okay. This is my alt account. No, but don't take this like. Don't think. Oh my god, you're playing on your alt account, Cloud. You must be playing somebody garbage. Somebody not even worth watching. No, okay. My alt account is actually ranked higher currently than my main account, which is a little bit sus. My alt account's ranked 13. My main account's ranked 18. So this was a high level game, and I got like 17 points on this guy. So this guy was in the top 10. I don't know which top 10 player this was, but the guy on the right here, very strong player, very good, as you will shortly see. And here I'm on the left, and he's playing my old main commander, Spook. And here I'm on the left playing Hurricane, and I'm gonna. This is a perfect example of why I'm starting to just main Hurricane in ranked, because I normally used to be a Spook simp, but I've changed from the Spook of Church to the Spook of Hurricane. Now I'm gonna 2 times speed through the start here. So both of us just going for a standard opening. Two turbines in the back, pretty normal. I mean, you can. I mean, I guess you can go one turbine. There's some and get mine fast upper, but generally it's two mines or two turbines. Generally because you can sell off all this metal without getting punished. As there's this thing in the middle which kind of stops buzzsaws from traversing across the map. And I mean you can still build up like this and get a buzzsaw going down like that. But generally that costs a shitload of resources and nobody really does that. I mean, people who do it's pretty easy to react. You just slap down a few sandbags and then hope for the best. Literally just hope for the best because there's still gonna be you can still get unlucky with a buzzsaw, but it's generally just not worth it to invest in a buzzsaw with this thing in the middle. So both of us are gonna go for a pretty standard opening here. I'm gonna open tech, upgrade center, or red tech upgrade center. He's gonna open red tech upgrade center. And here we're both gonna open mortars. He got this mine down faster than me. I should have gotten down on mine as well. I should have sold off this strut of metal because I was struggling for resources here. At least get all my mortars down. So he's gonna get his mortars down slightly faster than I am. And the reason, okay, I'll go for the benefits of playing Hurricane. The main benefit, of course, really strong gunners, which makes it allows counterplay against mortars. So you're gonna see here shortly. I do lose all my mortars in this game. So he fires, he lands two of the same mortars at the exact same spot. I have now lost the mortar game. This was actually just absolute tragedy. But I'll fight on here. So I pop down yellow tech. I'm just like, okay, mortars are not going to be at this game, and this is exactly why Hurricane is so strong, because I'm able to transfer pretty much seamlessly out of going mortars into just going straight heavy weapons, because the gunners here are pretty much unstoppable. They fire twice. That is the difference between a Hurricane gunner and a Spook gunner. A Spook gunner will only ever fire at the bait mortar. The bait mortar is generally the fire mortar because the fire mortar doesn't do much damage and it costs less to fire. So generally, if these were normal gunners, they would be firing at the fire mortar and then never firing again. However, due to the faster reload, Hurricane gunners will fire twice, which just turns like a small buff. It's like a threshold, right? It turns a very small buff into a very strong one, just because instead of firing once, they fire twice. Basically making the gunners twice as strong. So here I'm just setting up, defensive embattlements. I do have yellow tech down and built. However, I basically decided rather go for upgraded. I know this guy's behind me in terms of tech, so I'm just gonna go for upgraded eco here. So here I am on the left. I'm got an upgrade center down. I'm going for upgraded mines. Already have two down. Actually, I'll slow this down to 1 times now. Already have two down, and just gonna go for fully upgraded mines. I mean, I don't really have the metal either, or the resources either, to slap down really or support a heavy weapon right now. And it's just really convenient because then I can build up metal, build up gunners, and just upgrade eco, and just take the eco lead here against this guy. My enemy, he did slap down yellow tech right here. However, due to the fact that he has to invest constantly energy into these mortars, and this is why Hurricane is so strong, because this guy, every time he fires these mortars, that's minus 1,500 energy. 1,500. That is not a small amount of energy. That'll slow him down from getting a buzzsaw. That'll slow him down from getting a tech. That'll slow him down from being able to upgrade mines, most importantly. This guy, he has floated only 3,000 energy. That's enough to upgrade one mine. I floated 24,000, which is not enough to upgrade 10 mines, right? The energy demands on mortars are extremely high. And because he's also going for, other weapons and such, it limits him. Well, I can just, freely upgrade all my mines. So I've taken a very healthy eco lead here. 5 upgraded mines, 1 upgraded mines versus his 6 unupgraded mines. And, because I'm playing Hurricane, the mortars aren't landing. And this is what's insane about mortars. I mean, just insane about Hurricane in general. because this is also the reason why I'm playing it, because it counters the meta so hard. Because every game essentially, currently in ranked, has become just mortars, pretty much just mortars. So just being able to shut down mortars and stop any counterplaying against it. And the greatest part about this is that if they are not playing Hurricane back, you can just go mortars yourselves, and the plus 100% fire rate on active mortars essentially make it so that the gunners will overheat, and you can pretty much always get a guaranteed landing, assuming they are not Hurricane. So Hurricane is very strong, and I've been playing a lot of Spook, and the commander with my lowest win rate against is Hurricane. And I was looking at this, I was like, if you can't exactly beat them, why not join them? So that was my thought process. So he's gonna go for a 20mm Howitzer, pretty standard combo. But again, the Howitzer is such a questionable move. I don't know why this guy went a Howitzer. Like, he knows I'm Hurricane at this point. Like, why? Because Hurricane gunners are insane also against Howitzers. Just because they fire like more in bursts, they can land more shots on Howitzers and shut them down even more. So I'm not sure why this guy went a Howitzer, knowing that I have a shitload. I'm not actually counting that. I just a shitload of gunners. I have a shitload of gunners. I'm not sure why he went Howitzer. I think this is one of the main turning points of the game is him going Howitzer. So here I am. I'm building two 20mm down here. And you may say, hey, Cloud, it's a stupid place to build 20mm. You can't actually shoot this base because of this thing here. Even if you were to kill the middle thing, you can't actually shoot the base. And that is true. However, I can shoot everything down here. Getting like a few heavy weapons down here essentially gives you map control of the bottom half of the side. And that said, the bottom half is less important than the top half. However, there's something he has in this bottom half which I don't like this. I don't like these mortars existing. So I'm going to build a couple 20mm down here. And keep in mind, I have had 0 mortars this whole time, and he's been pressuring me. I'm doing that with air quotes. He's been pressuring me with mortars this whole time. Insane, and by the way, insane turbine from him saving his 20mm there. It would have died due to this being an AP sniper. So because he was firing mortars the whole time and they weren't landing, they were almost worse for him than they were for me. Because I was taking essentially no eco damage from him, and he was constantly investing 1,000 energy per mortar fire, 1,500 energy per mortar fire to get nothing back. So here we see this guy. I don't know how to fix this. I do need to work on this base design. I'll admit my base design isn't perfect. What can I say, right? Like, he's just constantly dropping this with a buzzsaw, and I'm just constantly rebuilding it. I mean, like, I have the spare metal to do that. Here I am floating off metal. Here I start to struggle. Like, oh, where do I spend my metal? Because it's not exactly like I have a lot of cost. So I just spam metal in front of my base. This is a fine. He has a buzzsaw. Howitzer 20mm can kill most people. And here is where I get my mortars back. And this is so insanely good because these mortars essentially, as you can see, Howitzer did just get instantly shut down by Hurricane gunners. But the mortars, he can't punish them. He can't kill them anymore. These mortars will never land. And if I was any other commander, if I was or if I was Spook myself, if I was what's another meta commander? Buster. If I was Buster, Firebird, Overdrive, any other commander, I wouldn't be there. At least one of the mortars would have gotten through, and one heavy mortar will just destroy this entire thing. However, due to the fact that I am Hurricane, I can just build up my mortars without fear of them being shot, and he can't punish it. And now that his mortars are gone, I have now taken the mortar lead, despite losing my mortars initially at the start of the match. So now I have mortars and he doesn't. And this is basically when it starts going greatly in my favor. Because right now, I have control of the bottom half of the map. Like, the bottom half, just completely in my control. He can't punish this. His weapons can't shoot down here. My weapons can't shoot up there. However, I can deny him this mine forever, and I can deny him pretty much control of this ball forever. I can deny him building gunners here, and it's just a shitload of pressure, because this is a very nice base, specifically for defending mortars. Because, as you can see, he's getting gunners down here and everything. So being able to just continuously pressure these gunners forever is just actually huge. Because it'll make it super hard for him to defend the mortars. And he's not Hurricane, so he doesn't get double fire miniguns. Only I do. And here I take out the first 20mm merely to the fact that I have mortars now. Keep in mind, he was never able to land his mortars over here, but I am able to do it on him because lack of Hurricane gunners. And this is exactly what I mean. The inability the ability to just straight counter the entire meta just due to the gunner changes. Like I'm always thinking like these gunner changes should be made just, everybody should get these gunners, and then it should be removed from Hurricane to give everybody else a fair chance. But I think then Hurricane would also be dead in the hole. Everybody would just go back to playing every other commander in the game, like Spook. I mean, but I do enjoy playing Spook, so it's a real tragedy that I have to stop. Anyways, so at this point, he's a little bit cooked. Like, he has a Howitzer, which is never going to land. I'm not exactly sure why he went a Howitzer, because that was, an extremely questionable move, considering he knew I was Hurricane, and, because he knew I was Hurricane. He could see the gunners firing. He knew those were better gunners. They were very easy to identify. So he gets a sniper on bottom here. Makes sense to pressure my 20mm. My 20mm probably shouldn't be big doored, but I was being lazy at that point because like I saw that the mortars weren't landing, and I was like, brother, I'm not paying attention anymore. At another questionable 20mm shot just firing at my own base there, but whatever. And of course now the shoes on the other foot, because the mortars now I have the mortar pressure, and the difference is my mortars are actually landing. The investment of 1,000 energy firing cost is actually getting paid out because I'm destroying shit. They're constantly landing, they're constantly doing damage, and it's going great. His gunners down here, I can still pressure with my 20mm. I'm a little bit hesitant to use my 20mm here, or I just fire it directly at the one sniper because the sniper can destroy the 20mm. Just 20mm are 2-shot to a sniper, cannons are 3, howitzers are 4. So being 2-shot and big doored means generally it's extremely easy to snipe big door 20mm. Extremely easy. Like if somebody builds a big door 20mm on the enemy team, just build a sniper, and then they're gonna be Cope and Seethe and Malding, and then they die. It's great. It's great. Anyways, so yeah, another buzzsaw. The buzzsaws are here just insane because this is such a free drop. I mean, look at this is all just wood here, and there's a cannon here, right? Like if I destroy this wood, cannon just goes into the void, and it's great. So yeah, I mean at this point he's a little bit cooked, right? Like his mines are exposed. He has 4 mines right now, 2 of them upgraded. Well, I have I should have admittedly I should have upgraded this mine ages ago. I mean I definitely have the resources to do so, and I definitely should have. So here I'm looking to get a howitzer. Pretty standard howitzer setup. And of course, slapping down some extra storages in order to afford it. And just gonna more 20mm just to pressure that part, bottom part. And this is exactly what I mean. Just complete control over the bottom area just because of these 20mm. And you can't really do anything to punish it. Because the weapons up here can't shoot down here and vice versa. So there's kind of a battle for 2 bases on this map just because of this middle thing is so just perfectly placed to be annoying. But, I do destroy another mine, so this guy's now down to 3 mines, which is just really terrible. He is Spook, though, so, being able to steal resources and stuff from me is a very nice, benefit. Somehow that, I'm not exactly sure how that howitzer got through. I was extremely surprised when it did. I think what happened here is the gunners down here didn't like shooting it because they would have shot me. I mean, this gunner especially, but I was surprised this gunner didn't shoot at it, considering that, decent angle. So here I just slapped down more gunners. Doored gunners this time. I recognize he does have a minigun, so a doored gunner is, preferable, so it doesn't just get obliterated, sent into the Shadow Realm from, like, a tenth of a minigun shot. He does start pressuring my, my howitzer placement, so now I start armoring it up, as is, probably a good idea. And there's the gunners going again, just absolutely demolishing the howitzer. His minigun is getting so much value. I should have sniped it ages ago. I thought it was doored. A little bit silly for me. Did think it was doored though. But that minigun's going insane also as an AA platform. Here I'm just missing my 20mm. I'm trying to take out the buzzsaw gunner there, just failing to though. And so here I'm basically just waiting for the howitzer to come up, because the mortars can suppress him basically indefinitely. But I was thinking at this point I just need the howitzer to kill him, and like there's no way he can really stop this, right? Because he has two real. Okay, this is a little bit sus, but here's another super nice thing. This howitzer is at, like, as you can see from the amount of smoke, is at like 2 health. This is basically 1 shot to a sniper. If this blows up, I may actually lose the game. If this blows up, this battery could blow up, which blows up these, and then my core dies, right? But Hurricane has plus 100% device weapon and device scrap speed. So if there's a problem like this, just delete it. Just delete it and you're free. And I was just like, oh my god, that mechanic may have just saved me the game. and that is also helpful for mortar fights, by the way, because sandbags count as devices, and often as a quick defense to mortars, you slap down a sandbag. So being able to sell off that sandbag instantly, just to get your own mortars firing faster, is actually just huge. It's huge. So it's just this mortar feels like, this commander just feels so just perfectly in tune with the mortar meta. Faster selling sandbags, slightly faster builds due to faster device build speed, which includes mine. So you get slightly more resources slightly earlier just because it's a passive. Faster firing rate, which makes mortars essentially freaking painful to defend. If you've ever defended mortars with plus 100 with 100% reload speed, it sucks. It sucks so much ass because they just keep firing and there's nothing you can do about it. You slap down active and then it's basically just an endless stream of mortar. See, I get it. As you can see, I got the active now, and by the time my mortars land on the other side, they've practically already reloaded. Look at that. Like that the DPS is insane. Like the amount of like mortar damage he has to sustain just because I have because the active is just wild, and the fact that also puts more pressures on the enemy gunners and makes it impossible to defend. Anyways, so this is why I become a mortar simp, and for proof that this was a high level game, here I can show you my rank here. Here's the rank on my ult. Rank 13. Stratospheric Fog, insane player. Cloud's also a really good player, whoever this guy is. Oh my god, he's a content creator? That's wild. Where's my content creator badge? I don't even have any badges. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and maybe I'll catch you next one. See ya!